Hello, guys. So, first of all, I don't feel very well, and that's why I'm laying down. Secondly, to Antarctica, I am going to do your reading. As you can see, well, as I said, I'm not well, so I'm trying to do the ones that are less stressful, okay? So yeah, apologies for putting this one before your reading, but it's no disrespect to you, okay? Hopefully, there are messages in this reading that can help your marriage too. Okay, I felt like this was somewhat of an emergency, but more light-hearted than dealing with political and that kind of stuff. Okay, so hopefully there's a message in here for you. Now, this reading is for persons who are in marriages and persons who are in committed relationships, because why I say it like that is because a marriage is not something that's done in a courthouse, or a marriage does not need signatures, okay, to be solidified. A marriage happens in the mind. People who um people who get married, they get married in the mind first before they get married in reality. Okay, marriage is a thing that starts in the mind and ends in the mind. So as long as in your spirit you are committed to the one that you're with, you're married. Whether you have a paper to prove that, the paper is only governmental, okay? That's my view of marriage anyway. So once you and somebody are serious about each other, you're married, okay? Whether you've consummated the relationship with sex or not is a different uh, part of the story, but you are married because you are committed to each other in spirit. Okay, you want that one and that one wants you. That's what a marriage is. Now, I'd like to say that this video or these readings are not for polyamorous relationships. Okay, I'm a supporter of monogamy, and therefore these readings are going to be um, focused on those relationships that are about one man and one woman in a relationship, traditional, okay, the way that God intended, in my opinion. All right, so that's who we'll be reading for when we do any readings that come under this here category. There was another point that I needed to make. Um, oh yeah, the reason why I'm not focusing on polyamorous relationships is because not only am I not in support of it, but I don't know a lot about it, and therefore I can't really speak for that type of love experiment. So when you people live it and you understand it, do put some information out there about it so I can understand the complexity of such an arrangement, because I would imagine it's very time consuming, emotionally consuming, financially consuming, if you want to do it right anyway, or a lot of people will be neglected by you because you're only one person. And yeah, that leads me to talking about people with multiple children. I think that people should slow down on how many children they make, because realistically, you're only one person. And the more children you have, the more your time and energy is spread thin. So it's not wise to be having, I mean, two children seem to be manageable, but anything beyond that, remember, you still have work, you have yourself, you have your husband or wife, you have your spiritual life if you're a church going type of person, or some other spiritual dedication. Um, what else? You probably got hobbies, you got friends, you got family. So the more children you have, the more your whole self will be split. Okay, so that's talking about emotionally, that's talking about your time, that's talking about your finances. everything that you could think of that is of you, you will have to split it basically, so that you could give the people around you the love that they deserve, or else people will start feeling neglected, and that will create complications for you. Okay, speaking to men and women. So let us be wise about how many children we're making, and instead of just, spewing our seeds or planting seeds any old how at any old time, I think that we should be a lot more mindful and deliberate about when we're making children and why we're making children and how we intend to care for those children, because children don't only need to be cared for financially, they need emotional support, and healthy children are encouraged by time spent with them. Okay, and also if you have more than one and you can't manage the spirit of jealousy that may arise, whether you intentionally give more love to one or not, it makes the others feel a certain type of way. Okay, so to avoid complicating your life more than you need to, be a bit more deliberate, okay, when it comes to having children. So now that I've said all of that, I have already prepared the decks. I've been led to 4 decks for you guys. So God has a lot to say. This is the first reading, so that doesn't surprise me. And my hands are very sweaty. So, yeah. All I'm going to do is deal. I've already shuffled them. So it's just to deal and get your card. Alright, so let's see. What's the first message? Most High. What do you want to say to those who are married or in committed relationships? Because a marriage and a committed relationship is the same thing. I'm not talking to people who are pretend married. I'm not talking to people who are married for convenience. And these readings are for people who actually care about love, and love the one that they are with. Okay, these readings are not for players. These readings are for players transitioning into committed men and women, or men and women who have already made the decision to commit and are serious about it. Right? Let's just make that clear as well. I want to cater to people who are not going to be lost causes. I want to cater to people who are actually trying to get it right. That's why I want to expend my energy and my time on. Okay? So let's just make this. So if you know that you're in a relationship that you're not serious about, you're with somebody that you're not serious about, this reading will not be for you. This is for relationships where both parties actually are trying to make it work. I'm cutting out all the fluff. That's where our intention is going. Where both parties are actually committed and trying their best. Whether they're failing or not, at least they are committed in spirit and in truth. They may not be great communicators, or maybe they may have other flaws that are putting blockages in the way of you having a successful and happy, graceful relationship. But I'm talking to you, so I'm here to help you guys. Right? Okay, so God's first message to such couples. Let's see, what does God want to tell you? Okay, so we have what's your favorite, and we have you choose. So the card says fill the blank with your own person, place, thing, ideology, etc. Interesting. So that's the first message. What's your favorite? So your favorite is those things that are most special to you. Okay, so let's see where God is going with this. At the bottom of the deck, we have monogamy or polygamy. What's your preference? And we've already established I'm talking to those who are monogamous, not those who are polygamous. I'm talking to men who know how to keep their dick in their pants and women who know how to keep their vajayjay under their skirt or in their pants, whatever they like to wear. We're not talking about cheaters. This reading is not meant for cheaters. It's meant for people who have self-control or who want to have self-control. Cutting out all the fluff. I'm not here to deal with players. Okay? So the first thing we have is what's your favorite? Interesting message. Okay, well, that's all I'm getting for that. So it's about learning more about yourself and your person. Okay, so that's a question that you could find out from your person. Because knowing your person's favorites will give you better ideas on how to please them, how to put a smile on their face, how to make their eyes light up. You know what I'm saying? Share that good vibration. But if you don't know what they actually love, you'll be guessing and getting it wrong a lot of the times. So maybe that's a conversation that will definitely help you. What's your favorite person, place, thing, ideology, motto, brand, things like that. So that's what God wants to say to couples who actually love each other and want to love on each other some more. Okay? Basically, that's saying to do more of what your partner loves. Sexual positions, sexual practices. Hey, good luck. I can already see like this person want that, but the next person is like, I don't know about that, So yeah, good luck. I'm not here to deal with that today. Let's see. But at least you'll know what their favorite is. Whether or not you're into it, whether or not you want to oblige them, that's another conversation. But yeah, get to know. So be willing to spill the beans to your person. Husbands to your wives, boyfriends to your girlfriends, girlfriends to your boyfriends, or wives to your husbands. Okay? Alright. So the next thing God wants to tell you guys, we have the goddess of self-knowledge. Yeah. So it's like, if you don't know what your favorites are, then them asking you this question will actually give you cause to think. Because your favorites are things that create good energy in you, isn't it? It's things that create positive energy in you, things that, and positive energy, it creates the positive chemicals that encourage beauty because it makes us smile more, and our chemical makeup changes to a more positive one and stuff like that. So yeah, God is telling to focus on the good stuff. Okay, so let's read this card. It says, the essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. So I'm hearing there's a clue. Okay, so if you want to know what your partner's favorite things are, look at what they spend their time doing. The shows that they tend to watch on YouTube, on TV. And I mean, you may not agree, but it's what they like. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's your thing, like, because you won't always love the same things or hate the same things. So it's important to get to know each other, and it's just like, yep, that's her thing. Yep, that's his thing. That's not my thing. Yeah. So let's see. So that says the essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. Yeah. So pay attention to what they do, what they say, how they handle things, what they watch, what they listen to, where, if they are a creator themselves, what type of things they create, like if they are artists or if they're a writer, or get to know your person a bit more, and you'll know. So even though you don't like something, if you want to put a smile on their face, okay, you get them something pertaining to something that they love. Or actually share a conversation, even though you don't like it. Maybe sit and watch the show with them, or buy them a book or a t-shirt or something with that thing on there, although it's not your thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think they'll love that. And they love you. You get a prize for that. So let's see. So the underlying issue here, we have the apostle to the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. Exactly. I am fully human and fully divine. So this being the underlying issue is talking about the heaven energy is going to be that divine energy in it, and the earthly energy is going to be the lower energy. So it's like you have the power to create heaven in your person's life if you so choose, by focusing on their favorites that are not necessarily your favorites, but it's okay. Know your person for the crazy things that they love, and love them for the crazy things that they love, although it's not your thing. Okay. And sharing it with them sometime. Like if your man love car racing, although it's boring as hell, you can sit down and watch the car go round and round and round the track. You just might end up liking it, but I would say ask questions, because maybe we're seeing it as boring, but they see it differently to how we're seeing it. So sharing their perspective of how they see the sport, and find out what it is that make them tick when it comes to this car racing that you find to be so boring. You understand? Or even the football, or whatever it is that they love. Just get closer to them by getting to know them better. You know? And men, when you see a woman loving, let's say she loves clothes, find out what is it about clothes or makeup or her shoes or whatever it is that she loves so much. Like, just ask her, what is your fascination with this thing? Just get to know each other better. I can feel the good vibes flowing already. I like this. Yeah, I really like this. All right, let's get your next message. Okay, so we got patience. This says, I accept that everything happens in divine order. Okay, so I'm hearing don't rush it. Don't rush it. But this is actually a great idea, getting to know your person better, sharing in the things that they love that you don't necessarily love or feel the same way about. Patience. So, yeah, don't rush into it, but it should be an ambition of yours, because it's precious to your person and your person is precious to you. So why not get to understand them on a deeper level? And you may even encourage them to think about their own actions too, because sometimes we never even give thought to why we love something so much. It's just our thing, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the answer, then that's the answer. But yeah, I feel like these are good relationship goals. Okay, understanding your person inside and out. It's the little things. The underlying issue here, we got surrender. I can release my need to control. Okay, and surrender the guilt too. So it's like, if you've never thought about doing this, if you are not feeling confident enough to get into this type of behavior with your person, again, God says it's okay. It's not meant to happen right now. But like I was saying, it's great relationship goals. Okay? Because sometimes to give love, it feels a little bit weird because we're not used to it. You know what I'm saying? But it takes practice, just like everything else. If you want to be evil, it takes practice to be evil. It takes practice to be good. So God is saying, don't rush yourself and don't feel guilty. Both of you. So Don't feel guilty if your partner's not ready to sit down and enjoy your weird fascinations or hear about your weird fascinations, okay? It takes courage, and it takes a certain mind frame to be able to sit down and delve into something that you don't really have a care for like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's great relationship goals. All right. So God says surrender the guilt, let it go. It's fine. Just be patient and work towards getting to know each other like that. And we got purpose, imagination, grief. So God is saying, I'm telling you not to be feeling guilty about it, because I can already see that you'll be grieved about not loving your person. Um it's a height of love that you should be emulating, but you're not. So God is saying, I know that you're gonna take it on your conscience, and I'm telling you, don't. That's what God is saying with this underlying issue. Look, just love, continue loving as you were, but this is a great idea to implement in your love life. That's what God is saying, okay? So if you're not ready to love like that, it's okay. Don't worry about it. All right? So yeah, so surrender the guilt, because I God says surrender the guilt, because I can see you being grieved by it. Just love. Yeah, it's all right. It's not a rush. It's just an idea that would be great to implement. You know what I'm saying? Even this is great advice that you can implement in the relationship with your children as well. You know, getting to know your children, even though we don't like their crazy music and we don't like their stupid shows. No, I'm talking from experience, okay? We don't like the stupid shows that they like on TV. Sometimes I need to take this advice to just sit down and indulge with your kids, at least when after you've watched the show or listened to the music, and you can actually say, yeah, I fucking hate that shit. You could be like, yeah, I remember why I hate this now. Yeah, I didn't like that one. I really don't like that one. And try it again another time, just to get to know what the hell they're taking in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let's get your last message. Woo. Okay. So the card we have to come out is visionary. It says you are learning to synthesize all of your creative ideas into action. So this is you actually doing it when you're ready. Because it don't make no sense you force it. It's gonna feel forced and off. You know? Love is a natural thing. Love is not something to force. Because you need to love yourself too. And it's like, if you really can't take that shit right now, then don't force yourself, Wait until when you're ready. Yeah, spiritual growth. So wait until you have grown to that stage that mental stage where you're ready to try their favorites. Yeah. So we have, you are currently experiencing a lesson required for your spiritual evolution. Yeah. And sometimes we might see somebody indulging in something and we look at it like, hey, that's weird. Yeah, I don't want none of that. And then you actually take some time out to get involved, and it's like, that actually wasn't so bad. So yeah, look, spiritual growth and support team. Because that's what it really means to support. You don't just support your loved ones because you like them, and you don't just support what you like and they like. So yeah, I'm trying to say that sometimes you're gonna have those differences, but you still should support each other. It's like if you have a child who plays now let me use husband and wife. It'll make them happy. Look, rejoicing. So it's like if you have a husband who plays, let's say your husband does wrestling and you really hate it because you don't like to see people bashing on your man like that. Or you have a wife who plays, oh, if you have a wife who does modeling or fashion shows, swimsuit fashion shows, and you don't like to see other men gawking at your woman and things like that, yeah, still go because it's important to them, you know? So it's gonna take you actually putting your feelings second and putting theirs first. You know, that's what love does. Love is a act of sacrifice a lot of the time, you know? Yeah. Love is an act of giving or receiving graciously. Yeah. So yeah. So even though you don't like it, yeah, it's good for you to take part and show your support. That's what it's about. Showing your support. Like, come let me watch this stupid movie with you. So it's like men love to see and cars flipping over and shit. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of all of that, but I'll sit and watch it with you. I just might like it. Maybe it's the ones that I've tried in the past that I don't like. Who knows? But yeah, so it's all about your favorites and sharing your favorites with the one that you love. Wait, let me say that again. It's all about your favorites, sharing your favorites with the one that you love, and sharing your love's favorites with them. Sharing in your love's favorites with them. So it's a vice versa thing. Yeah, you do my nonsense and I'll check out your nonsense same time. All right, guys, that's what I got for you for this episode of the show. So let's see what God wants to tell us about next time. You know, this sound like great relationship goals. So I look forward to hearing beautiful love stories in the future. Stories that make me go, oh. You know, them ones that make you cry and just you can just feel your whole self. You could feel your whole face and your whole skin. Like, it's not goosebumps. It's not goosebumps that happen. It's something else that happen when I'm watching a movie and it's really, really touching in a loving kind of way. It makes my body do something. I don't know what it is, but that something must be good for something, you know? Because if you get sick and you go to a hospital, they'll tell you to stay away from stress. So that way, stressing, it does something to your body. So whatever that feeling is, it does something to my body as well, or it will do something to your body. But the thing is, we don't experience that thing very often. And it would be an interesting experiment to experience it more often and be in that energy more often and see how it changes our features and the way how our body functions and stuff. Because you know, stress, it malfunctions your body. So it's like, if you tip the scales to the opposite end, it's like, what does that do to the human body and the human mind and the human consciousness, the human soul, the human as a collective? You know, this is deep. This is very deep. I like it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.